Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to showcase how to analyze a shellcode from the memory. We will extract the shellcode from the memory. From these days I am taking the course from TCM Security. It's called Practical Malware Analysis, and this sample is from this course. It's called What the Shellcode Analysis. I have published a Medium article about carve from text. So in the first example, the author gives us the source code of the malware, in which case this is it, malware java update.cs. We have our shellcode here. So we will do some Python things to extract some symbols and then really give this file or strings and put it on the desktop as out.bin after removing these extra characters like 0x blah blah. And after that you just need to use the Shellcode debugger, which is called scdbg.exe. So now we are gonna look and carve this shellcode from the memory itself. So this is a guided walkthrough, of course. No one knows everything. I don't know everything too, and I'm just doing a practice to get better. So let's start. Let me close these ones. Okay, so first of all you have to open the malware in the coder. So according to the author, the execution pattern of a binary is something like this. Let me write it down. We have a binary. When we execute this binary, so in which case, in our case, the malware is coded in C, so it's gonna run crt.exe, which is C runtime, right? C runtime. So it's gonna do a lot of stuff before even putting these codes on the memory. Okay, so before even doing all these codes and storing these values somehow, it's gonna do these actions. It's gonna run the C runtime, and then it will call the main function of the program. Okay, so let me open up encoder. So this is the entry. So in this program there is no debugger functions, as you can see. So we have to find the main function as ourselves. So we will go to the last function here. When you double click, it will go to that location. So this is about C runtime. It's doing a lot of things. At the end of it, we will see the last function and identify that, hey, it's calling the main function. At least it's loading the characters somehow. Okay, so at the end we are gonna focus on something called EAX, okay, EAX. So we can see that there is a D word moving to the EAX in this line, all right? So let me click this one. This is our value moving to the EAX. So let me make it bigger so we can see that there are two usages here. So if we focus on this tab here, the last function is actually doing this job. Okay, this is the function. The last function is doing all this. So let me also call this one. Okay. So in this function, there are three functions. You can go check it every function, but the right one to check out is the last one. So let me make it bigger. There are some operations, and then we will see some identifiable characters like virtual alloc x, write process memory, create remote thread, just like we saw in Notepad++ in the source code. So we are in the right track. So what we want to focus is we want to carve out the shellcode from the memory. So that's why we are going to focus on this write process memory function. So most of us don't know what these functions do or how many parameters do they get. So every time you need to just go to Google and Google these functions, just like I do. Write process memory gets 1, 2, 3, 4 input parameters and it outputs something. And if we go into detail, we are going to focus on LP buffer, a pointer to the buffer that contains data to be written in the address space of the specified process. So we are going to focus on this. Okay. So let me also copy this value. I copied this value. Close cutter. Now you have to open the x64 Debugger to really carve out the data from the memory itself. And what you want to do is press Ctrl G and then Ctrl V to enter the value that we want. Okay. In this example, this is here. As you can see, write process memory. We can see that. So if the call is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the value that we are targeting here. What we can do is go to follow in dump and go to R8 blah blah 00s. So this is the buffer value that has the data itself, just like we saw in the Microsoft documents. A pointer, so this is a pointer and we are going to the location. Okay, now we are in. So it says this. It says that the value or the data starts from this bit, which is FC. Okay, let me make it bigger. So right about here, you can see that there is some kind of domain or C2 address like Java update, exe, burn EC2, some numbers, Ubuntu -2004.local. So there is some addresses. So what we can do is we can really copy these values let me make it bigger so I can take it all in one go. Okay. Okay. I think these are just enough. Doesn't really matter if you miss some bits or what. Okay, now we click binary, right click, binary, and then save to a file. Okay, let me go to desktop and then put it under the name of what? Out from, okay, so out YouTube memory. Out YouTube memory dot bin. Okay, we just carved out the data from the memory, but so we can identify some of the domains and maybe file names, but the Shellcode debugger is actually going to do some magic with this data. So if you have a Flare VM to analyze malware, this Shellcode debugger should be installed with the default configuration. So what we will do is shellcode debugger.exe/f, which is for file, and then we will specify the sample, which is out YouTube memory.bin, and then we are going to write parameter as -s and -1. -1 says that unlimited times, iterate over unlimited times, so it will try to get it. So as you can see, we can easily identify the server, in this case burn.ec2 blah blah ubuntu.local, and then we can see some identifiable functions or calls, API functions, HTTP open request, and then there are some create file as java update.exe, and then it runs the java update.exe, as you can see. So this was it. I hope you guys like this content. I am also learning, and I just want to share these videos to actually motivate you guys, because no one does it all and no one knows everything, and these are all hard stuff that's not easy to learn in the first place, because you have to learn a lot of things to work in cybersecurity, basically. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a nice one. I'll see you next time.